So I got a comment on TikTok asking me to talk about my favorite Grimgar character, and I thought it'd be actually an interesting thing to talk about here on YouTube. For those of you who are not aware, my favorite Grimgar character is actually Kizuku. Hi, this is John in the future editing this video. I know I've been mispronouncing Kuzaku's name the entire video. I'm sorry. I'm dyslexic and I pronounce it Kizuku. I don't know why. It's not going away. I'm sorry. It's how I pronounce it. And that's mainly because of all the development this guy goes through. He starts Grimgar arguably worse than Haru and everyone else in Haru's party. Kizuku is a part of a party of people that just appeared in Grimgar, and their leader essentially thought it'd be a really good idea to go from killing low-level goblins and kobolds and jump right to killing orcs in the span of a couple weeks. Mind you, Haru and his teammates spent killing goblins and kobolds for about 6 months and maybe 5 months, so they have some level of understanding of how to properly fight things, while these guys had maybe at most 2 to 3 weeks, and this led to Kizuku and his friends at the time going to Deadhead Keep and them all getting wiped out. Kizuku was the only survivor, and he tried pretty hard to stop them from killing his friends, but it just didn't work out. This all happened in Volume 3, and the next time we see Kizuku is actually in Volume 4, when he stops Mary from getting assaulted by a guy in a bar. Now, Mary was essentially so drunk because she was depressed over the fact that Moguzu just died, and she blamed herself for his death. This asshole at the bar decided to kind of take advantage of her. Kizuku had a problem with this, obviously, and he knocked him off his ass and knocked him out one punch. So Mary decided it'd be a good idea to have Kizuku be their new replacement for Moguzu just for now, because they absolutely need a replacement, or else they're all dead. Unfortunately, due to Kizuku having immense amount of PTSD and depression and just immense fear of dying, when he was tanking for Haru's party, all he did was hide behind his shield and never attack. This almost led to them dying a couple times, and it led to Ranta essentially snapping at Kizuku at dinner. No one in their party tried to stop Ranta at all, and it was honestly because Ranta was spitting facts at this point. Mary also gave him some more friendlier advice, and eventually this led to him taking on 2 enemies at a time whenever they were fighting something. Now, Kizuku at this point was not that good of a tank still, but he at least put effort in and he took good steps forward. This all culminated to a point where Kizuku finally proved that he could be a tank, when Haru and his team decided they needed to take on an Estral. An Estral is essentially a giant cloaked monster that kind of looks like Grievous from Star Wars, with a long-ass katana. This monster fucked everyone up so badly that Chihiro almost died because this monster ran into her and basically stopped her heart. Mary had to give her CPR and then use Sacrament on her, which Sacrament heals all wounds if the person is still alive. Also, Ranta ended up getting his arm cut off for like 10 seconds until Mary used one of her Sacraments to heal his arm back on, which, by the way, she only has 2 of those per day, and she ended up using both of them in this fight. So they can't heal anything like that again until she rests. And Kizuku ended up breaking his arm that was holding his shield. Knowing all of this, Kizuku realized that he needs to be a better tank in this fight. The Estral jumped at Mary and Chihiro to kill them. Kizuku jumped in front of the Estral, put his broken arm out with the shield on it, and blocked the incoming attack. The shield and his arm buckled under the pressure of this attack, and the shield started to crumple. Knowing the monster was gonna get through him, Kizuku immediately dug his feet into the ground, headbutt the monster, and stabbed it in the chest with his longsword, giving Haru and Ranta enough time to jump on it. Eventually, they ended up killing this monster, but this moment with Kizuku made me so immensely happy because this poor guy was fighting for his life the entire story, and he finally proved that he could actually be a good tank. And from this point onward, he slowly started to build more and more confidence to himself, and his personality started to change from being sad and grumpy and kind of just like quiet to being more energetic, more playful, and more loving, and a much more positive personality. His confidence gets so impressively good that at one point, Haru and his friends get sent to a different world called Pirano. In Pirano, the power system gets added onto all of the characters' powers, and Kizuku got the power called Narsi. Narsi essentially makes your physical strength even higher depending on how much confidence you have in yourself or self-love. So Kizuku went from hating himself to loving himself so much that he became one of the most powerful people in their party when he got the power of Narsi. And this symbolized just how much he's changed throughout the story, and I absolutely loved it. And it's probably like one of the only good things I like about Pirano, I'm being honest, is Kizuku having the Narsi power. And finally, the last thing that I just really love about Kizuku is his relationship with everyone else in the party. Pretty much everyone in the party, from Mary to Harihiro, even to Ranta, sees Kizuku as like their little brother. Hadahiro even says that Kizuku really tingles the maternal instincts in your brain, and it makes the characters want to protect him and actually want to be a good influence on him, which is ironic because he's their tank, but everyone wants to protect him. It's heavily implied through the narrative that Kizuku is significantly younger than everyone else, yet he's way bigger than everyone else. If I take some kind of guess, I would say that by the end of the story, currently at volume 17, Hadahiro and everyone else is around their early 20s. Kizuku's probably 17 or 18 now, possibly. So he must have come to Grimgar while he was like 14 or 13. He just happens to be really fucking tall. Because of the relationships between these characters, you get stuff like Hadahiro and Kizuku's relationship. Since Hadahiro treats him like a younger brother and Kizuku actually looks up to Hadahiro, Kizuku is probably the most loyal character in their party. When Ranta betrays them in volume 11, Kizuku was the one that was actively angry at him. Everyone else didn't really believe that Ranta would actually betray them, but Kizuku was just really pissed off at him and he actually called him a traitor. And finally, my favorite moment of Kizuku showing how loyal he is to his friends. In volume 15, him and his entire party had their minds erased except for Mary, and they lack the memories they've had for the last couple of years of them being together. However, they got into a giant fight with a bunch of goblins, and the goblins put them in a situation where a bunch of crossbows were going to hit them and kill them. Kizuku put himself in front of all of his friends to stop them from getting shot by crossbolts, and he nearly died. Again, he did not have his memories of years of friendship with them, but he instinctually protected them because he still has that instinct to protect them because he loves them so much. This is why I love Kizuku so much, because he's such a protective and kind person, even without his memories. He's such a fun character, and I just wanted to talk about him. But if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and if you guys want me to talk about different Grimgar characters, let me know in the comments too. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!